Again, my name is Megan Lynch, and I am one of the many leaders for this amazing opportunity. And I want to keep this short, guys. Hopefully, Chris might make our call tonight. He is one of our master traders, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But I just want to welcome all of the new guests. And I want to tell you that if you've ever wanted to chase your dreams, if you've ever wanted to really control your finances, help as many people as possible, it really starts with you. Like Phoenix said, it starts with you knowing what you want, and then you find the quickest, most legal vehicle, that's most important, to go after your hopes and dreams. So my twin sister and I did just that. We decided that we wanted to build wealth not only for ourselves, but for other people. My partner in crime, I don't know how much you guys know about my sister. You hear a lot about myself, but my sister has been my rock. I don't know very many people stronger than her. She's on the left side, I'm on the right. My twin sister decided that she wanted to start her own business. Now, I'm the writer. I taught high school for 14 years. I love to write. So I decided to partner with my sister. We wrote a grant, got about $8,000. We started our first business, a t-shirt company. We went from starting that t-shirt company to starting our own nonprofit organization. Now, along the way, I want you guys to understand that life is going to deal you all kind of challenges. It's going to sometimes feel like, for some of you guys, that you're chasing your dreams like Phoenix, and everything that can happen on your way to the top will happen. For those of you who don't know, my twin sister, she actually had a baby about 9 months ago. But right before she had that baby, she was about 4 months pregnant. She found out that she had a aortic dissection. And that means that, a lot of people don't survive from that. So it was a blessing that they found it. She had a baby. 5 weeks later, she had her third open heart surgery. And my sister grinds harder than anybody I know for our people. She may get tired. You would never know it. I'm the one who has to say, you know what, Reagan, it is time for you to shut it down for just a little bit. But I know that my sister and I are social entrepreneurs. And what that means is that we build wealth, not just for ourselves, but I build wealth for Phoenix. I want to build wealth for LA, for Tanisha, who's going to be having her call, for Lena. That's why I do what I do. I don't get tired, because when you're chasing your dreams, and it's not just about money, but it's about changing the lives of other people, your dreams your passion will keep you up at night. All I do is I do what I'm doing now, and I go to sleep at night. Sometimes I just pass out, but mainly it's because I'm not drained. And Phoenix can attest to this. Sometimes when we're teaching, we're drained. I'm not drained from my job. I'm just tired. But when I wake up the next day from doing what I'm doing right now, I'm just as inspired as I was the day before. So I partnered with somebody who could be my overseer. Apostle Rod Stevenson started M-Life, Millennials Leading in Financial Education. My dream, guys, is to take 50 young people. I also want to take 30 millennials, 30 under 30, and I want to help them become six-figure earners in 2019. Now, the reason why I feel like I'm qualified to do this is because I spent the last 3 years with someone who was making $800,000 every 30 days. And I say that because, and I'm going to continually repeat that, guys, because I want you to understand that I went from teaching, making $3,700 a month, to being with someone every single day who made $48 million and produced 50 millionaires. Don't you think that as a teacher, I probably am the only girlfriend who had a notepad when their significant other was talking. Every time he was talking, best believe I was taking notes, and I was soaking it up like a sponge, because I knew that at one point I was going to meet people like Apostle Rod, who has the cheat code to teaching us how to trade in the biggest market in the world. He's amazing. We actually partnered together, and we started Freedom Mindset Business Community. So I want to tell you guys that we are an organization of people who are going to build together. Our main focus is to learn how to shift our income. So in order for Phoenix to start her own business, you have to have money. So please don't let anyone tell you that money's not important, because it's right up there with oxygen. You need it to survive. It determines where you send your kids to school. You heard Phoenix say she teaches at a private school. Not everyone can afford to send their kids to that school. So we want to actually teach people how to shift their income. But before we give them the money, we have to shift their mindset. Because if you give a fool money, he will or she will part with it every single time. So what we do is we teach people how to seek knowledge and wisdom first, and then you will be granted the wealth and riches. Then you can acquire assets. So you have to move like Phoenix is going to do from that 9-to-5 mindset. Nothing wrong with having a job, but if you stay there, it's very hard for you to leave that to your kids. Okay, very few people leave their jobs to their kids. You might own your own business, and that's awesome. We can leave our businesses to our kids, but the fact of the matter is that the way that you really amass wealth is you learn how to build big businesses. You learn how to leverage other people, and that's when your money will work for you. Now, guys, I want to tell you that right now, we are not looking for everybody. We're looking for some key people who want to get behind a powerful vehicle, who want to make some changes, who want to leave a legacy for their family. We have to go first. There are, trying to see how many people are on this call, 53 people on this call. Not everybody can go first. Sometimes people are sitting back waiting and watching. They want to see if Deshaun, if you're going to do it first. Sanai, are you going to do it? Phoenix, are you going to do it first? And we're the inspiration that will allow people to know that it's possible. So right now, we are actually going to be moving into 4 of the most powerful industries ever. Now, as a high school teacher, I never once heard a government teacher, an econ teacher, a math teacher, a social studies teacher, nor did I hear an English teacher talk about the largest financial market in the world. Not one time. Now, I heard about the stock market. How many of you guys, just by a show of hands or a number 1 in the chat, how many of you guys had ever heard about the stock market? Your grandparents told you to put your money in stocks and bonds, and that's where it stopped. The stock market is $200 billion a day. The Forex market has been around since before Jesus. It is the largest, most liquid market in the world. It is literally currency exchange. We all participate in it, but only the banks made money in it. Up until about 1996, they didn't allow us into that market. 1996 hit. They said, you know what? You guys can play in the market if you have about $100,000. So again, we were left out of that market. Fast forward to where we are now, the only college that offers Forex in a $5 trillion a day market is Harvard University. And it's $5,000 a credit hour, 15 credit hours a semester. How much money are you willing to spend to learn how to make money? Well, guys, we're going to tell you that right now, we know that Forex is the hottest thing, but 90% of the people still don't know what it is. And you have to learn it. It does have a learning curve to it. So what I said is that if I want to get people in the largest market, I have to show you guys the money first. You youngins out there, the millennials, they don't have time to waste. If you don't show them the money, they're going to be off to something else. So I said, let me find a product where you can just make 50, 100, or like Sean, 500, or like Elvis, $2,300 in 5 minutes. Let me show them the money first, and then they will want to learn it. So right now we're offering a product called binary option trading, and this allows you guys to make fast money. I'll break it down in just a moment. We also are going to get into the digital currency space. If you've ever heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of these digital currencies, you'll know that in 2017, people got stupid rich. 50 Cent made $14 million. He accepted Bitcoin for one of his albums, a local rapper, or not local, but a rapper here in the United States. $14 million, and he didn't even know what Bitcoin was, but he was smart enough to listen to people who knew what it was. So guys, I'm going to tell you that you want to listen to people who have successful experience. You want to build with people who build networks. Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book called Cash Flow Quadrants. He said the worst thing you can do is just to get good grades, go to college, and go work for somebody else for 40 hours for the next 40 years, because you're going to retire on 40% of what you couldn't live on in the first place. So I encourage you guys to get out of the rat race and learn how to build wealth with other people. So I'm excited. Here's what we've done the last 4 weeks. So I get pretty excited about this. when I get to our vehicle. So I decided that we're going to build wealth together. But in order to build wealth, we have to have a vehicle, like Phoenix said, that will create income for us. So we're taking our 700 people that have come into our pre-launch absolutely free. You still have an opportunity to get in for free right now, and we can plug you in. And we're going to plug you into our first and our largest money-making vehicle, which is Modern Money Team, or for short, MMT. Now, MMT is actually a cryptocurrency platform started by Dan Putnam years ago. It is not a new platform. He has 60,000 people in this opportunity right now. 60,000. And these people have been making money. Dan put $10 million in this company. He funded about 10 other startup companies. Ironically, the company I met my business partner in, who made $48 million, was in this company that he funded. He gave that company $100,000. That company took the $100,000, flipped it, turned it into $100 million. How did they do that? They got a whole bunch of people to promote a tea company. Now, what Dan knows is that not everybody, and this is from his own mouth, he said not everybody will purchase health products. Even though health products are the largest market in the world right now, he said most people don't want those products. You know, after a while, they're going to use them for a little bit, lose a little bit of weight, and stop using the product. What people won't stop using is money. So he decided to go into a market. He's right here in the United States. He has a global opportunity. He decided to go into the market where his product is money. So Phoenix, you are in the right place. If you want to make money, go where the money is. I'm not sure if Chris made our call today, but I'll check the chat in just a second, or one of you guys can tell me if King Chris Cole, all of you people who have Instagram, let me see if he made the call. If you have Instagram, do yourself a favor. And yes, Chris is on our call. I am actually going to let him talk because I know that he's super busy. So Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Let me find you on here so I can make you a co-host. I think it says Wall Street, I believe. Sorry guys, 1 second. Let me find him. If you guys go to his Instagram page, not right now because I want you to hear from him, but I check everybody out. I research everybody, and it's Chris Cole I am. And I was just so impressed because Chris is a stock market genius. He's a cryptocurrency genius, expert. I can't find him on here, so give me a second. There's a lot of you guys on here. I apologize. Hold on, Chris. I'll find you in a second. All right. Okay, let me allow you guys to unmute, and then Chris, you can unmute your line because for some reason.
He's at the bottom.
Oh, is he? Okay. Thanks, Selena. Hold on. Let me just, okay, I'm going to allow you guys to unmute. So Chris, let me give him a real quick introduction, and then I'll have Chris jump on. So guys, our product is a very powerful product that I'm going to talk about called binary option trading. And like I told you guys before, Chris has perfected his strategies. What I love about Chris is that his time is valuable. I mean, he makes a considerable amount of money training a select group of people, but he's taken it upon himself to get on this call. He has over 11 years of full-time trading experience. I believe Chris is 35 years old, and I'm impressed by that. Amazing husband, father, and he has experience in the largest financial markets in the world. So I do want to actually pass it over to Chris for just a second so that he can talk to you guys and really tell you how powerful MMT is and what his vision is for this particular company. So Chris, did you make the call?
Yeah, I did. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, sir. And I know that you've been traveling. I know you have extreme jet lag probably. So thank you for jumping on. So Chris, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of telling us a little bit about yourself. I know I spoke a little bit, but if you can really tell us the vision that you have for this amazing company, you and your other two co-owners of this company.
Yeah, so thanks for the introduction, Megan. Thanks everybody for jumping on the call and just taking the time out to, listen to Megan and Selena and Phoenix and the things that the opportunity that they're putting on the table for you guys. But this month actually made 11 years since I've been trading full-time, managing money for celebrities, athletes, high net worth individuals. About it was about 5 years ago, I was introduced to cryptocurrency. And in 2017, my portfolio garnered a lot of attention because over a span of about 10 months, I had exceeded about $4 million in earnings in the cryptocurrency market. I merged my company with another company of actually March of last year, and we took the company public June of last year, and made several more $1 million by taking the company public. I've spoken at the largest cryptocurrency, blockchain, financial conferences all over the world. I've been published in several trading magazines, trading articles, and different things of that nature as one of the top retail bond traders. For me, it's about, I tell people all the time, I trade to make money. So 90% of what I've been doing or what I do from a trading standpoint is with the bond futures market. But also on a daily basis, an opportunity that I'm bringing through this program and the platform is the Nadex binary options. So for the last 7 years, I've been trading a consistent strategy to produce an additional stream of income right from my cell phone. So it doesn't matter where I am in the world, what time zone, I'm locked into my phone for about 30 minutes a day, every day, Monday through Friday, execute my trade right from my cell phone. So as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection and good reception in the cell phone, I'm definitely executing my Nadex trade. So I'm excited about bringing this opportunity to this platform, to this company, to just kind of spread the wealth, because it really does get to a point where it's not necessarily about the money for me, because what's the use of me having all the money in the world and money that I have and I can't help or bring any type of insight or education to others to create that wealth. And for me, I started at very humble beginnings, originally from Augusta, Georgia, and pretty much turned myself into a self-made multimillionaire over the years, but primarily through hard work and consistency and just my head down to and through the finish line.
Well, Chris, let me take a second. The more I hear your story, and we've gotten an opportunity to talk, and every time I hear your story, I'm amazed by it, because I think people, the drama is in the details, the information is in the details. That's what my partner LA says all the time. And like you said, you've put your head down, you've been consistent, and the focus is what really can push people from that working 9 to 5, hustle and bustle of that type of industry into an industry where, like you said, you could take 30 minutes of focus out of your day and be locked in on your cell phone. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to work with you. I do want you to just ask a really quick question to you. What would you say to someone who's on this call? Because Phoenix being in her early 20s, we have a large group of 20-somethings. I have my mother over here who's 63. What would you say to people who have never even heard of this market? What would you say to them? What's the most important thing for them to do getting into this brand new space?
I think it's not unique just to this space. I think the key component to being successful in anything that you do is just being consistent. Doing something 5 minutes a day is better than doing something 5 hours one day out of the month, because ultimately the results rely in the process. So being committed to the process with ultimately no attachment to the outcome of it. So really dwelling in the process and taking it on is very transformative and very powerful. So when it comes to trading, being very emotionless, and just sticking to the script, executing the plan, and coming back and day in and day out and executing the exact same thing and the exact same strategy in the market. Because ultimately, we don't have any control over the market. We don't know where the market is going, up or down. And if somebody tells you that they know where the market is going up or down, you should run as far and as quick as possible. But what we can do is put ourselves in a situation to take high probability trades with positive risk to reward ratio, and over a period of time or over time. That scenario actually puts us in a position to consistently produce a consistent and predictable income.
Awesome. Well, Chris, I'm excited. I know that you've been flying all over the country. So for you to really take time out and jump on these calls, because, someone who's made millions of dollars like you have, you don't have to jump on these calls. You don't have to get on, Phoenix's call or any of the other calls that we have. But it says a lot about you, that you really do love what you do. Not only that, committed to MMT and committed to being able to help as many people as possible. So for that, Chris, I am humbled. I am thankful for you. And I'm just excited to see where this partnership can take us. So I thank you so much, Chris, for jumping aboard.
Yeah, not a problem. And for me, it's just all about finding a way to, give back. A lot of the jumping on a call is just you, Megan, being able to see your work ethic and your consistency with the program. And ultimately, that's what it takes to be a successful trader, a successful, individual. So any way that I can pour back, into the people is definitely what I'm all about.
Well, I thank you so much, Chris. So guys, you have heard, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you more than you know. I do want to tell you guys that we have the best, environment for you to be in so that you can be successful. Ultimately, like Chris said, it is up to you whether or not you want to be consistent. We have an amazing product. So like Chris was saying, MMT was a cryptocurrency platform, but they are coming out with the binary option trade that Chris is going to be rolling out. And we're waiting patiently. That binary option trading is going to allow you, like Chris said, to take your cell phone, especially, and I don't want to just say young people, because if you look out and you go to a restaurant, you're going to see that 99% of the people have their phones with them. They will turn around, and I know some of you have probably done this, but you leave your phone at home, you're going to turn around. You don't care if you're 20 minutes away, you're going to turn around and go get your phone. So if your phone is that important to you and it's a bill every single month, then allow that phone to make you some money. So the binary option trading is amazing. I know that some people want to learn as well. Chris is, and I don't even want to say Chris is expensive, because he's not. Chris is worth every penny that people pay him to learn what he knows. He has taken the time, he's gone forth and educated himself. And I tell people, you have to pay people what they're worth. And for those of you who want to learn what he knows, you got to put in the work. And we want to provide an opportunity for you to learn from Chris, also for you guys to learn from our other traders. And we're offering Forex education along with the binary option trading. So I want to tell you guys that binary options is amazing. My team right now have been in their demo accounts and they're doing a phenomenal job. I know that I think it was Trina made $800 in her account, and she's been in her account practicing, getting some knowledge. And it's just a testament to the fact that this platform provides you an opportunity to make as much money as you want to make. As long as you're consistent, you have realistic expectations, and it's not a gamble. Like Chris said, People know their strategies, and we cannot predict the market, but what you can do is you can maximize your chances by partnering with people who know what they're doing. So these are some actual results. Harry is one of the co-owners, and I met Harry, and he was shooting me these trades. He said, hey, I'm at 174, and you guys will be able to hear from Harry. I think he's originally from India, living here in the States. And Harry is probably one of the kindest people I've known. And I could be a little bossy. I'm a Taurus. I understand that. And Harry shot me these trades, and he had made 295. A couple days later, he made 432, 559. And I went back and I read my messages, and I remember asking Harry, like, okay, so what's the point of you shooting me these trades? Like, how can I access this money if you're making all this money? And Harry shot me another trade. He had gone up about $1,100 in 2 weeks, and he got my attention. And I remember calling Harry on the phone and saying, listen, I want to be a part of whatever it is you're doing. I want to be able to introduce it to my network. And that's how I was able to meet Dan. I was able to meet Chris. And it's really just about making those connections. So I want to tell you guys that Forex and binary option trading is amazing. Some of you are going to fall in love with it. Some of you are going to fall in love with what it can do for you. It's really about living life on your own terms. So if you guys want to partner with us, we're going to offer you so much value. Chris giving us that trade, you heard him say he's made millions of dollars, and Chris is going to be shooting those trades out to you $49 a month, okay? If you don't want to pay $49 a month because it's too much money for you, I suggest that you give up something. I drink coffee every single day, $1 a day at McDonald's. It's actually $1.08, but $50 a month. Some of us spend on coffee. Some of you guys spend $50 a week, and you don't even know where that money goes. We're telling you that you can take one trade a day. They're having high returns. Short-term active traders, these are for people who maybe don't have a lot of time, like Chris said, and you can jump in and take a trade in just a couple minutes. We're going to administer it through a very powerful app that we will be launching this week. But we also want to sweeten the deal a little bit for those of you who join our community, Freedom Mindset. We're going to offer you not only the binary option trading, we're also going to offer you Forex education. So I have 2 traders right now who are willing to teach you guys for free. You can jump on their live webinars. You can learn their strategies. We also give out free Forex trading signals so that you can potentially maximize your money and take those for educational purposes if you like. We're going to still offer it at $49. Now, the reason why I decided to merge Forex and binary option in our live webinars is because every other platform right now is offering similar things, but they're offering maybe one or the other. And the cheapest that you can get involved is $200 a month. And for Phoenix, you know, a new teacher, first-year teacher, I remember my first year teaching, I didn't have an extra $200 a month to spend on extra education. And what we're going to do over here is we're going to allow you guys to not only get educated, but to potentially make as much money as you like every single day. My goal for my family, for my business community, is for you guys to learn how to make $50, $100, $150 a day. That is life-changing for the majority of the population, considering most of us in the United States are only making about $30,000 or less a year. So I want to tell you guys that not only can you come aboard and you can take advantage of our digital product, we do not have pills or potions. You do not have to lose weight to make money with us. If you only want to trade, you are going to get your money's worth for that $49 a month. Now, for those of you who are really looking to maximize your earnings and you want to be a promoter like myself, then you can come aboard and you can earn a residual income, because this company actually pays you 3 very powerful ways. The only thing that you have to do is bring aboard 2 customers, or bring aboard 2 business partners, or 1 customer, 1 business partner, and the company will reward you by making you commissionable in our company. Now, let's say that you just want to bring over 2 people. The company will pay you 20% in your lesser leg every single week. Now, the kicker is that second way that we get paid. The company actually will award you for bringing over new business partners or customers They're going to pay you 50% check match on everything that they do in their binary pay. Also, they're going to pay you generational matching bonus. Now, right now, guys, we are actually on the road, on the journey to do 6 figures. To do $20,000 a week in 90 days. Now, I know it might seem impossible to some of you, but I was in a company before, and it was a mobile gaming company, actually. And I met all my business partners in that company. We did $190,000 in 90 days. We put over 8,000 people in that business. Now, sadly, that business didn't last. That's part of the reason why I chose MMT, because MMT has a powerful structure. They own everything, and we don't have to worry about them going out of business tomorrow and us not getting our money. So we've made a decision as a team that we're going to do something called the power of 2. 2 will go get 2, who will go get 2, who will go get 2. And our goal is to max out the comp plan at $20,000 a week. So let me show you the simplicity of what we do. Phoenix is launching her business today. Notice Phoenix doesn't have to do the presentation. A leader will do it for her. All I ask is that Phoenix go out and get her best, her brightest, her hungry partners, friends, family members. And Phoenix is not looking for all of you guys right now. She's looking for 2 of you who want to make some serious income with her. Now, when Phoenix brings over the 2 of you guys, you will be placed in our organization, and the company will pay 20% of that commissionable volume. $40 or 40 points is what it is. So let's say that first week you bring in 2, that's it. That's all you do. You make $8. Now that second week, we encourage you to help your people. Reach one, teach one, go get 2 people to go get 2 people. Now the company pays you $16. Still, it's not a lot of money, but when it's your own business and you can make any kind of income, that's amazing. So guys, I want to show you what happens in your 4th week. In your 4th week, by that simple duplication, you've actually put 16 people in your business. They pay you on that lesser leg. You've doubled your money and you've made a profit. Now, we're not going to stop there. What we've done is we've duplicated multiple times. I have leaders like LA and Selena and Sunshine and Byron and all of these amazing people who have jumped aboard. Some of us are in our 8th and 9th week and we haven't gotten started yet. We've actually put 700 and last time I looked, 63 people in the system in less than 4 weeks. We're not playing over here. We're looking for people who truly want to go after their hopes and dreams. What could you guys do with an extra $500 a month? What could you do with an extra $500 a week? Better yet, let's stretch yourself a little bit. What could you do with an extra $20,000 a week? Guys, that is life-changing, but I want to tell you that people have done it before because what they've done is they've focused on helping other people. If you help other people get what they want, you will ultimately get what you want. So they're going to pay you a 50% check match for every single person you bring to the program. So if you have a person who makes $200 this week, you make $100. If you have someone who makes $400 this week, you make $200. You can sign up as many people as possible. I've signed up 62 people. I want to help 500 people change their life. So guys, when you're bringing aboard people, the company is going to continually promote you. They're going to continually support you, and they're going to pay you on every single person and people in your organization. So if you've ever wanted to get involved in Forex, binary options, cryptocurrency, there is no platform in the United States right now, or anywhere else for that matter, that you can get in for under $50. I wanted to capitalize on the fact that Forex is so popular right now, now binary options, but the price point is way too high. So I would much rather get 1,000 of you come over for $49 to try to beg, 10 people to pay $200 a month for the same product. So guys, we're excited. You can take advantage of so many different streams of income over here. Binary option trading, Forex signals that we're going to offer you exclusively to our team. Binary pay, check match, 10% check match, crypto, hands-free trading that will be coming soon. So guys, I'm excited because many of my business partners I've met over the years have done this before. Now I am thankful to say that now I have Chris, and I can say that one of my business partners has made millions trading. I've met Apostle Rod. I've met Selena, who made 6 figures, put 7,000 people in an organization and made 6 figures in her cryptocurrency space. I met Stormy Wellington, who was actually funded by Dan, our owner, and her own company. She made $1 million in 7 months selling tea. I learned as much as I possibly can. I watch her videos every day. I want to highlight people, guys, in our industry, because for some reason, people think that network marketing is nobody makes any money. And it's sad to say that you may have just joined people and you didn't join systems. Well, we joined systems. Austin Curry Freeman taught me how to make $100,000. He did it in 10 months. James Dentley made $1.2 million in a year selling tea. What do you think that we're going to do with a similar structure, but better, with a product that's digital and our product is money? All you have to do is look for people who want to change their life. We market to them word of mouth, social media. You guys can get positioned for free right now. All you have to do is get back with the person who shared the information. Position equity is everything. I told my brother, I called him today actually, because I told my brother 4 weeks ago that I was going to put 1,000 people into this platform. And I haven't really talked to him in the last couple of weeks. I called him today and I said, hey, listen, you have 163 people in your downline. And he said, man, how did that happen? I said, because you were one of the first ones who said that you wanted to join me, and you plugged your information in, and I plugged you into my organization. And now, fast forward 4 weeks later, we've put 700 people in. And guys, we're not going to stop there. So you have to decide if you want to partner. You want to get back with the person who shared the information, get plugged into our training system. Right now, you can get in for free. FREE. Okay, it doesn't get better than free. Plug into our Telegram. It's called Freedom Mindset Telegram. You can plug your people in. We are open to everybody right now. Eventually, when people upgrade, it is going to be a paid group only. The only way you can get into our private group is you have to be a member of MMT and paying the $49 a month. We are bringing Wall Street to your street. I don't care what walk of life you are, how much money you have in your bank account, if you went to college or you didn't. It doesn't really matter. If you are willing to be coachable, teachable, we want to help you get to that millionaire mindset status. We do a millionaire call every Saturday. We have an amazing playbook coming out that will hold your hand through the entire process. Sunshine George has outdone herself on this book. I cannot wait until you guys see it this week. If anybody has any questions about trading or anything like that, everything that you need to know about being successful in our platform is inside of this book. So I want to thank you guys. I know that we run into 3 types of people, and the third person says, you know what, Megan, I think I like what I'm doing now. I'm going to stick to my job, or I'm going to stick to my career. We thank you anyway for getting on the call, but I tell people to share knowledge. It was meant to be shared. So there's somebody out there that needs this opportunity. So just say to them, hey, listen, I heard something amazing. I need you to get on this call. They have a call every night at 8 o'clock. Get them on the call on the same link, shoot them over the link, and we'll get them plugged in. Now, if you're a number 2 person and you have questions, stick around. I'll get your questions answered. But if you're a number 1 person like me, it took me no time at all to decide that $49 a month to potentially make hundreds or thousands or millions of dollars was a no-brainer. So guys, we're excited. Phoenix, I'm excited for you. Honestly, I wish I had this opportunity when I was 23. So I want to thank you so much. I do want to open it up really quickly for any questions that you guys may have. Keep in mind, I do have another call, not on this link, but I'm not done tonight. I got a lot of people to talk to all over the world. I do want to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions if you have them. So please feel free to unmute your line and ask any question that you may have. And before you guys ask the question about when are we launching into this platform, I have another meeting with Harry, one of the other owners, and I'm just trying to do my best to get you guys acclimated so we can move into this platform ASAP this week. So I know we're getting down to the wire. So thank you guys for being patient. We're doing all that we can do. The platform is absolutely ready. I just have to be able to make a PowerPoint and get you guys into the platform as quickly as possible. And we're going to do that this week. So feel free to unmute who has questions. Neil, go ahead and jump right in. You have a question? You can unmute your line. All right. Anybody else while Neil is trying to unmute his line? Does anybody else have any questions? 55 of you on here. We don't have any questions. Let me see. Let me check the chat. So if I added you, let's see. Give me a moment so that I can answer the questions inside the chat. All right. If you guys go into the chat right now, you're going to see that Chris put his Instagram information in there. It is Chris Cole, I-am. Check out his page, guys. You are going to be ultimately impressed. No hype whatsoever. He knows what he's doing. He's very influential in the trading community. So we're in really good hands. Does anybody else have any questions before we?
Hey, Megan. I think you have all of them muted, so they're struggling to unmute themselves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not that I haven't done this all day, right? I should know to unmute you guys. You're like, my hand's up. Thank you, Phoenix.
Okay, I'm on now. Thanks.
Thanks, Phoenix.
Yeah, I kept trying to get unmuted, and it just kept saying that the host got me muted.
I still had you guys muted, so I'm just over here on autopilot talking, and you're still muted. So go right ahead, Neil. What's your question?
Okay, well, it's not a question. I got some people on here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
Awesome. Neil had his launch earlier today. So for those of you who didn't make that launch and you got on this one, we thank you so much for jumping on. It's part of the reason why we do what we do, just in case you can't make a time. We try to make it easy for you guys to promote your business so we can do the heavy lifting for you. Does anyone else? Stacy, do you have a question? Your hand's up, Stacy. You have to click the unmute button if you do have a question.
No, I don't have a question. Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't know that I had my hand raised or something.
It's okay. No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking on the call for this entire hour. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. So before we hop off of here and I turn it back over to Phoenix, does anyone have a question?
I don't have a question, Megan, but I would just like to thank Chris for taking the time, to get on the call and share with us tonight. It's greatly appreciated, Chris. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we are excited every time I hear that he's going to get on here. I get really excited because it's one thing to hear it from the same people over and over again, but when you hear it from people who are actually living it and doing it, it makes it very real for us. So thank you, Randy.
You're welcome.
Megan, this is Ellie. Don't have any question, but there are some questions on the chat, so just want to let you know.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.